Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here on February 27th on Friday 2015 at 1400 in the afternoon Eastern Daylight Time. Now, Paul is returning from a visit to the can. And
who gives a crap?
well, you obviously do. I mean, I tell you, if your insides aren't, well, we all know about that, don't we? Here, let's be sure that we've got everything squared away here. Oh, it is good, because sometimes those sound preferences like to reset themselves in Yosemite. So one must be always on the alert. Be aware. The world needs more wares, as we like to say. Now, Paul came home after a 4-hour day, and he goes back in tomorrow for another 4-hour day. And then on Sunday, it's probably back to the full 8 hours.
Right.
But then he gets Monday and Tuesday off, and he goes back to his old schedule of Monday and Tuesday off, and then 8 hours.
And you're at 7:30.
Yeah, and so it'll get back to normal here next week. Now, you seemed like you were hurting when you came home.
Oh, it's just,
Just stiff and stuff.
yeah, it goes getting stuff.
Stiff and stuff. That could be the name for a restaurant. That could actually be the name for a gay bar.
Even better.
Stiff and stuff. You heard it here on the Joe Kersey Channel.
How about just stiff stuff?
Well. Well, so now actually,
No, I leave it in.
Yeah, so Paul came home, and then we had the initial flurry of yakking a bit, and then I did some other stuff here on this machine, this infernal machine, and then I noticed Paul was seeming very somber and downcast, and I asked him, "What's wrong?" And I said, "You seem sad." And this is why I really care about this guy. He said, "I wasn't able to get all the stuff done I wanted to get done," and I pointed out.
Now, in the 4 hours, I ran out of time.
Well, you're only there 4 hours. See, I said, you're only there 4 hours. They don't expect you to do 8 hours of work in 4 hours.
I told them, and they're scared to death if I'm there past 12 o'clock. If,
Well, it has to do with disability and employment liability rules and all that HR stuff.
Chambers.
Yeah.
Chambers said, only 4 hours.
Well, see, that's the problem when you get all these third parties, and there's multiple third parties involved in your situation in terms of, if something were to go wrong or not as planned, and it's just, rather than just human beings treating each other properly and decently, you've got all this legal crap involved.
Right.
That's just. Meanwhile, here's a man that wants to really do his job well and feels thwarted in the effort to do his job well. Well, he's only there 4 hours a day.
I don't want to have time to get up and go through the hallways and do stuff up there.
Well, they don't expect you to, probably, do they?
And I don't want to, get up there and go through the vending rooms and check those trash cans and stuff. And wipe them down and clean them off and stuff. And sweeping back all the hallways and check the stairways and stuff, and do them like somebody's been running up and down the stairs with a bunch of snow and salt on their feet, and then mop up.
Well, there's another liability issue, isn't there?
Mop up all the freaking salt and shit off the stairs, whatever. Spilt coffee or whatever is done.
That'd be like a liability lawyer's dream, wouldn't it? Sort of like our front porch. Well, certainly like our front porch was before, but certainly still is, kind of. In Ohio, under civil tort law, our front porch is called an obvious hazard.
Yeah.
An obvious an obvious hazard. And contrary to popular assumption, an obvious hazard protects you to a certain degree from lawsuits. Meaning that, anybody coming up and engaging with this obvious hazard should have enough sense, short of them having no,
beware.
That if they have a problem on this obvious hazard, it's not necessarily the property owner's fault. Isn't that a wonderful way the common law is developed in the state of Ohio? I think it is.
I mean, if anything would happen to some asshole out there, it's like,
well,
what the hell?
It's an obvious hazard. You should have had more sense. See, that's the defense under civil.
Yeah.
In Ohio.
Your attack.
Now I understand that
your attack when you get there at the end of the sidewalk to get to the door.
I understand in some other states that might not be the case, but in Ohio, that's the way it stands now. What a wonderful concept. Obvious hazard. Now we've become somewhat far afield, as we often do here. But anyway, so I was making the point that Paul takes a great deal of pride in his work, and it's very frustrating for him that he's not able to do it properly. But he should be able to do it. Get right back into the whack here.
Yeah.
Now, you made the point this morning that I feel like Nita.
Oh, no.
We have many people who are close to us watching this, and but in any case, I do feel like some sort of TV interviewer. Let's put it that way, and
the coffee clips.
I've now just forgotten what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No. It was nope. Find me back.
You said you feel like me.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I know, but before that was what I was getting ready to say. Let's see.
All I know, if I can get more hours, if I keep doing more hours, I'll be happier because I can cover the whole place.
Well, he'll be able to do his job
and check on everything and make sure it's been done, kept up, and whatever, or actually catch up on it. So I know there's a lot of flyovers been done.
Oh, now talk about the cheerleaders coming in.
Oh, shoot. We're having a big cheerleading festival. Some sort of stuff.
It's a merit cheer.
This weekend.
It's a merit cheer. No, that's like a national big cheerleading thing.
Yeah.
And in fact, the cheerleading Hall of Fame is down here just a couple miles south of us in Westerville. Maybe not even 2 miles south of us in Westerville.
Yeah.
It's next to the Motorcycle Hall of Fame too, as I understand.
Yeah. Well,
Jay Leno opened that.
For years, Arnold Schwarzenegger has always been the weekend of 28th.
But it's a week later now.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
So it's like, okay,
So you've got the buff cheerleaders,
And-
and then you'll have the buff weightlifters or whatever.
yeah, Michael, okay, who moved too? Did the cheerleaders move?
I think Arnold
Make
moved.
him move?
I think Arnold moved. I think Arnold moved because of some sort of, there was some sort of political or personal horse shit that happened a couple of years ago.
Well, there was a ton of a lot of sports things always going on that same week too.
Well, it's that time of year.
list
It's
for
that time of year, isn't it? It's people. It's like when the suns are out. When the sun's out, the guns are out. But you don't want to have your guns out. Even if the sun's out in this kind of weather, I'll tell you that.
I mean, you used to always have like wrestling teams and basketball playoffs, and these
Oh no! Well, the basketball
Plus,
tournaments
you would
started.
have
Basketball tournaments started. State tournaments were started. There were
Right.
regionals and districts and all that.
they would all be starting.
Well, they are now.
Well,
At least,
plus
if not now, in a week.
you'd be having the wrap up of the Arnold stuff.
Well, it's always fun to look at those basketball players.
But I mean, people just don't stop to think
Well, that's
that
secondary game.
There's a lot of people, a ton of people in this town already, and you've been here. Definitely, all February up to now on that. Making sure that all their booths and displays and everything are up and stuff. I mean, like when the farm sign, like when the farm science or the antique car show stuff goes on. I mean, there are people that are here like a month before the thing starts.
Well, you like to get a flying start.
Making sure all their booths and everything are set up and ready to go in their displays and all that.
Planning is 95% of execution.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they show up and they get their shit done. They work on it for
One
most of the month.
one should never be surprised while you're doing a case.
And it's like, I'm actually.
One should never be surprised while doing a case. I'm sorry, I had to emphasize that because that was my mantra. That was my mantra.
Well, thing is only like for a day or two, but yet these people have been here for like 30 days.
Well, that's okay. That's good.
Ready for that.
Those are paying customers. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like medicine where some of these people, well, a lot of them aren't paying customers, but you have to take care of them anyway, which is okay because as a member of a state licensed monopoly, I never minded doing a certain amount of that. That's only right. It's only right. Take care of your fellow human being.
Yeah.
But boy, did a lot of the other guys piss and moan about it.
You go to reserve a room, so they get a card number right then and there, and then you have the option when you show up to actually keep everything going on that same card, or put it onto another.
You're talking about credit cards.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
You have an option to switch from one card to another.
Well, now how's
Some
your,
of them even switch from card to,
how's,
they're going to cash out.
how's your foot feel, Paul?
Fat.
Well,
Fat.
Well, it's fat because because you've been on it. But in terms of pain and
No.
do you feel like it's going to hell on you?
No.
Okay. Well, that's the word of the day here on Friday. So I'm going to say, and we are going to say, bye-bye, YouTubers.
Have a good one.
I never understood what that meant. This have a good one.
Yeah, good night.
I'm
Good
not-
sex,
I know they always say that too when you go buy beer or
good
something.
dinner.
I don't know. It's a strange sign off. Anyway, so bye bye YouTube.